today. We've got Carla Parrish, who is our payroll guru, and she's going to tell us about all this leave that we have, because if you're like me, when you got special bonus leave, annual leave, I mean, what are they going to call it next? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what to use. She's got all the answers, so hopefully she's going to help us out. We are live streaming in Pittsburgh and in the Hornet. And just to let you know, we are recording, so if you don't want it to be recorded, don't say it until after the session is over. I will stick it up on my Blackboard site, which is called Professional Development at the end, so know that there were people that wanted to come that may not have been able to make it. So it is going to be recorded. It'll probably be next week before I get it up there, but I will stick it up, so let anyone know that may not could come where that will be. And we're lucky, I'm going to hand it over to Carla. So ask all the questions. She's here and she wants this to be an interactive session. Thank you.
Oh, already, Frank? Hey, everybody. So the first thing I'm going to start with the special bonus leave. Important that you will not see it on your pay advice. There's only a certain amount of space on the pay advice, so don't freak out if you don't see it. Go to leave plan summary. Leave plan summary is the best way to see your leave in real time in the most updated balance, because any adjustments that I make will be updated in that immediately, whereas your pay advice is only once a month. So just be aware of that. Also, with the special bonus leave, those of you that have under 240 hours and will not hit 240 come June, this doesn't really affect you at all. In the sense that you have the leave, go ahead and use it. It's not going to affect you in any of these scenarios that I'm going to go over. So just know that ahead of time. It's there, it's out there, it's posted. Go ahead and use it just like you would any other leave. This leave is a hybrid, unique scenario. I don't know. Tamara and I were talking today about how we wonder who it was that came up with this, because it's just crazy. But anyway, so you don't lose it. That's first and foremost. So it'll stay out there. You cannot get paid for it. So if you retire or leave, you cannot get paid for it. However, there is, if you were to leave and go to another state agency, there could be the chance that you could transfer it with you. It's subject to whether or not that college or state entity would actually accept it. So it's really up to them to decide whether or not they would accept the bonus leave. Now the old bonus, it's the same thing, whether or not they would take that. So here comes the tricky part. So if you can look at the example, and I thought it would be best to do an example so that you could all take it with you and really digest what it means. So this is someone, I whited it all out, but as you can see, this person has vacation leave of currently 231.96 hours. Now they're going to accrue at whatever rate, and you all have to be aware of how much you accrue per month. So what I would say is look at what you have now, look at what you accrue, and add that out to June of next year. And get a good idea of what your leave is going to be from now until June. Then kind of estimate, if you're going to take a vacation or some time off. If you're going to be anywhere near the 240, this is going to be you, 240 and over. So this is where we're going to be at for that. So if you see vacation balance come June 30th of whatever year, because this is going to be ongoing. It's not just going to end next year, it's going to be year after year after year. So you'll always have to be aware, am I going to be at 240 come next June? If I am, I'm not going to want to use the special bonus leave. And I don't want to say don't use it. It's the sense that you have it, you're just not going to get the benefit of using the special bonus leave and having rollover. I think that's kind of what the state is looking at, because that rollover is precious. It turns into sick time, and eventually if you retire, that sick time turns into service time, which when you retire is more money to you out of the state retirement system. So that's kind of where I think their thought process was going with this. So again, if you go to the example and it's based on a full-time 40-hour regular employee, there are people that are, are 10-monthers and 11 months, but that's what that means. 10 SV just means my 9-month people. 11 SV, those are my 11-month people, and then SBAC are my regular full-time staff. So those are the codes that we would use. So say come June 30th of next year, your leave balance, vacation leave balance is 280 hours. So the maximum that you're allowed to keep is 240. So at that point, you would have 40 hours that would roll over into your sick. So in the 3 scenarios that I have, did the employee use any of the special bonus leave? And as you can see on this example, the special bonus leave is at the top of 40 hours. So did they use any? Yes. Okay, how much leave did you use? You used 40 hours of it? Now your rollover is 0. You get no rollover. So that's what I'm talking about. You're not getting the benefit of using the special bonus leave and getting your time to roll over. Does that make sense to everybody? You're just basically foregoing your rollover. If you have, say, 280 hours come June 30th of next year, and the maximum that you can keep, just like every other year is 240, you can keep that, and I roll over everything that's over 240, I automatically roll into your sick. But now, come June 30th of next year, I'm gonna have to look at your leave balance. Oh, okay, Creed's over 240, she's at 280. Did she use any of the leave? Oh, she used the 40, so now she gets to roll over nothing. And I will have to wipe out that rollover and you don't get it. You've used your special bonus leave, you don't get the rollover. And then in the second scenario, similar situation. Did you use any special bonus leave? Yes. How much did you use? Okay, well you didn't use 40, but you used 15 of the special bonus leave for some reason, whatever reason you wanted. That means now only 25 hours is gonna roll over into your sick. So instead of getting 40, you're getting 25 because you used 15. Does everybody, I feel like, does it make sense? The best way I can say it, just to get it down into pretty simple terms, is if you use your special bonus leave and you're gonna have more than the maximum allowed, you're foregoing that rollover. That's basically what you're doing. You're foregoing the rollover if you want to use that special bonus leave. Now, by all means, leave it out there, and at some point in time, God forbid, you were to get sick or something, or you had to use it because there's an accident or something, and you use down your vacation, definitely use the special bonus leave, and then it won't affect you. So as long as you're not going to have rollover is the only time using that special bonus leave will affect you. Because like in the last scenario, did you use a special bonus leave? No. If you didn't use the special bonus leave, then you will roll over your 40 hour. Questions? Fred?
So,
Yes.
suppose I use 40 hours of leave.
Of vacation.
Of vacation,
Yes.
somewhere along in the year.
Right.
And at the end of June, I have 280 hours.
Right.
I used 40. If I used that 40, was the 40 hours they're giving us as special bonus?
No, not unless you tell me. That was gonna be another thing. So,
No. But suppose I did tell you that.
That it was special bonus,
Yes.
and
so,
you used the 40.
and I used the 40 and got to the end of June and I had 280 hours there.
So now you have no 40 hours worth of rollover.
Gotcha. And so, here's the other question.
Yes.
So, during that same year then, instead of going that route, I use my annual leave. And I leave my, and at the end of June then, I still have 280 hours.
Right?
Then I have 40 hours that rolls over?
Yes. So as long, you can use as much annual leave as you want. It doesn't matter. Use your annual leave, use your sick leave, it doesn't matter. Just don't touch that special bonus leave if you're gonna be over 240 come June 30th.
So when do you want to use these special bonus?
That's the $1 million question, really, because again, the best way I can describe it is, do you want to use a special bonus leave or do you want to have rollover? Because a lot of you that are in this situation where you're getting the max every year and rolling over, you're probably getting close to maybe retirement, and you're probably looking at, I want to save my sick and I want that rollover to go into sick because I want more service time. So if that's the avenue you're going down and retirement is, then don't use it. Don't use it unless there's a chance that you're ever gonna go below the 240 come June.
Sure. What happens when you retire? Yeah.
You do not get it.
So basically, you never can get it sort of, if you're doing your annual leave. or
So do you get paid for it?
Nope.
Now, the only way you're getting paid for it is because you got extra sick leave.
Yes,
Because it
exactly.
rolled over and it gave you more service time.
Right. That's why the rollover is more precious than this special bonus leave.
Yeah. Yeah, the bonus doesn't roll over to anything.
Right. it's really for people, I mean, I hate to say it, it's really everybody under the 240 that are kind of benefiting. We're at least getting the leave, but we're also not getting the rollover. So, you know, you all get the benefit of the rollover, which really is way more important, I think, in my opinion, than the special bonus leave.
I'm glad.
Yeah, sure.
So you retire, do you use that 40 bonus leave so you can get it? I'm just asking.
See, now that's a tricky question, and the retirement system, or the state has not gotten back to us, because some colleges don't roll over that excess vacation that you have till you're sick when you retire. We have always, it's my understanding, it's how I was trained, it's the way we've done it, is that when you retire, if it's not June 30th and you have more than the 240 vacation that I'm gonna pay you out for, I automatically roll over the excess to your sick. So I would assume the same scenario would probably be true if you're retiring and you used any of that special bonus and you have rollover, I can't roll it over. I mean, at this point, I'm applying the same philosophy, but yeah, that's a good question, because you can't.
So you can't roll it, right, you can't roll it over if you use sick time. Not sick time, bonus leave.
Yes. It only relates, this special bonus leave only relates to the annual leave. It has nothing to do with the sick in the sense
Right.
that, yeah, if you can use as much of that as you want, it doesn't affect it at all. Any other questions? Yeah.
What's the difference of the different bonuses on here?
So the way that I have it set up right now is that where you see on this person's leave, where it says bonus leave 80, that's that old bonus that didn't expire that you can get paid for, and that, in my opinion, again, you want to keep because you can get paid for that. So that's even more, you know, valuable than the special bonus leave. So that's why I said, whoever sat in this room and came up with this scenario, because you know, we used to have the bonus leave that didn't expire, you got paid for, then the bonus leave that expired at the end of the fiscal year, and then the bonus leave that didn't expire that you did get paid for, so, you know.
So basically, if you're above 240, we know it's going to go over the bonus. Because you can get, it wouldn't be a good scenario.
Yes, yes. I try to not use language like.
I know that's
maybe-
a be simple.
Because I think they're just trying to save money. I mean, it seems like that, you know, they don't want more service, or not that they don't, but because it rolls into sick time and sick time eventually becomes service time, which becomes part of your monthly retirement, you know, that is more money that's coming to you from the state retirement system, so.
Carla, that was a good question.
Yeah.
Can you show them how to get to that lead portion on Web Advisor?
Oh, yeah. When you click on pay advice, oh, sorry, can
It's
I?
on, yes.
Oh, okay.
Bonus leaves,
Say that again.
which one of these bonus leaves cuts your rollover? The annual bonus leave
Nope.
or the special bonus leave?
Special
or the
bonus leave. No, the special bonus leave. The annual bonus leave, we hadn't gotten in a while, was the one that had most of the fiscal year. I haven't gotten that. And the bonus leave is the precious, most valuable one, where you wanna keep that because you can't get paid for that. Yeah.
So you can see what you keep in your paycheck, you don't mind. Yeah, I mean, being children.
I don't know what these are.
So don't laugh, because this is mine. But do you see what it is? It's that top option. I'm sorry. Did everybody see that? When you, look at how few hours you have. So when you log in as yourself and you log in as an employee, see it's right here. It's the top one. This is where I would say, if you want to look at your leave balances, always look here. And then you just click on that. And then it shows you, this is your accrual rate, so you will see, like I only accrue 11.33 a month. And then that maximum carryover 240 right there. And then all your current balances. And see, oh yeah, well, we did have the annual bonus leave last year. but we will get those.
So
Yeah.
this year that happens, you should have had.
Well, oh, the mandatory days?
You would take
Yeah.
that unless that was all.
Right, any mandatory days I will still take out of vacation, I will not take that out of special bonus. So that's another thing to remember, is now that the special leave is out there, going forward, anytime you put in your leave request form and you put bonus, I'm gonna take the special bonus. So if you pick if you pick bonus when you're doing your leave request form, I'm gonna automatically take the special bonus. Because really at this point, I have no other way of knowing that you meant it or didn't mean, so, and barring having to call and make multiple phone calls that people do, just be aware that if you do that, I'm gonna take it from the special bonus, so. Any other questions about the special bonus leave? Or where to find your leave summary, or pretty much I'll leave it open to anything you wanna ask me at this point.
What did she say?
Yeah. Alright.
I would take that.
It would, for you? Yeah, I mean, it's still a legal service for you as well. Because even as a reduced hours, what they call reduced hours full-time now, your rollover still equals service time in your sick leave. You're just working less hours than the acute accruing at a less rate.
I feel like this is so chaotic.
Nothing, anyone?
Alright, so I just wanna make sure, I'm one of those that's well under the
Yeah.
240.
Yep.
Does it make a data difference which I use?
No.
So what
for
happens
those
to
of
my
you-
special bonus
Right.
leave if I'm under 240 hours?
Yeah, so it's almost like people that are under 240, you might as well use that first, because your annual leave, you can always transfer typically if you're on leave, or you can get paid for it, so, if you're under 240, definitely use your special bonus. Like, I'll just use myself as an example, we've got Christmas coming up, and we've got 2 mandatory days coming at Christmas time. I'm just gonna use the special bonus, I might as well just use that, instead of using my annual leave. We have, no, I don't, no, we only have 2. I just checked the, holiday schedule from now through, June, and we only have 2 mandatory days right now. Yeah, we gave up, Veterans Day for the No, well, annual does, so, unless, they haven't given us any of that annual bonus leave since I think 2013, and that just meant they awarded it July 1st, you had to use it before June 30th of the following year, so, but I have not seen any of that in a while. We got the 3 days last year, but because we had so many days, we were closed at Christmas, we just decided to automatically take those first before we took any vacation from any rate. Yes, I am automatically taking the 2 days of the second week the only week we're actually closed, full week, is the Thursday, and Friday after Christmas. So I will be taking that, but I'll automatically, see, that's gonna be tricky too, I just thought about that as we were talking about it. Because I won't wanna automatically take the special bonus leave for anybody over 240, but then I'm gonna probably have to, so I'm gonna have to think about that and send out an email to all of you, because anybody under 240 or under come June, you're probably gonna want me to use your special bonus leave and not the vacation for those 2 days. So I may have to run a report and figure out who's gonna be under the 240 and notify you all that I'll take that. Because as much as it says automatically deducted, it really isn't. It's me doing a spreadsheet and creating some kind of scenario where I have to figure out how to charge everybody, so. And before it's been easy, I've just taken everybody's annual leave, but again, last year it was easy too because everybody had the same type of bonus and it didn't really impact anyone like this does. So I will figure out a way to let anybody know that's under the 240. If you want me to take that bonus, we'll just take the bonus and then go from there. So,
If we ever do get that annual bonus
that expires?
that expires, we'd wanna use that first, right?
Yes.
That doesn't have any effect on our roll.
That should not, unless they come up with some other crazy version of bonus leave, which I didn't think was possible, but they hit the mark on it this year.
So you'll move messages before Christmas, so.
Yes, I'll think about how I wanna do that, cause again, last year, they gave us 3 days and we just decided to take everybody's 3 days first, which made it easy. But now that this impacts so many people with, you know, the rollover, I would never make the assumption you want me to use that, cause I don't wanna impact anybody's rollover come June, so. Anything else?
So Paula, I'm still a little bit unclear.
Yeah.
I may be the only one.
No, that's all right.
I was like, but, okay, so those that will have more than 240 vacation leave
Yes.
hours as of June, this 40 hours of special bonus leave will not, it's not advantageous to use it, but yet you're not gonna be paid out for it, so what happens to it?
Just sit there forever.
What happens when I retire, which is gonna be like 25 years, but, I mean, it's gonna happen.
Right.
So where does it go? In the
I
background?
just write it off.
I don't get any money for it.
No.
Savings.
Only that old bonus.
But you will never assume
Nope.
they'll use it.
Nope.
Okay, that's,
Nope. Yeah.
So that gives me a little bit of.
Yeah. You kind of have to, you
When
know.
you consider tell someone that's getting ready to retire that they can take a week off and use that special bonus leave, and then at least they're getting something for it?
No, because then again, like I was telling LaCrete asked, if they have anything to roll over when they retire, then I'm gonna have to not roll over any if you used it. So if you're gonna retire and you know you're gonna be under 240, go ahead and use it. It is not gonna matter. It's gonna, you know, it's gonna be not, you know. So that's why I want people to be educated to know, go look, kind of estimate where you're gonna be come June 30th and what you're gonna be taking, just so that you educate yourselves on where you're at, so that you don't accidentally say, oh, I'm not gonna, and I'm gonna use this special bonus, and then come June 30, you're like, I was supposed to roll over 20 hours, where did those hours go? And it'll be because you used it or you weren't sure. And by all means, email me or call me or ask me, I can help you if you need help with trying to figure that out. But I'm just trying to at least point you all in the right direction on how to figure it out. Yes, Fred?
So, I'm gonna go back to that little scenario.
Yes.
So if I use 40 hours of leave this year,
Yep.
come June, I have 280 hours sitting in my leave box.
Right.
If that 40 hours I took
Is annual leave?
as annual leave, it's already been accounted,
Yes.
it's already been accounted for,
Right.
okay? So there I have 280, if 40 rolls over and sick leave and
Yep.
good for my retirement.
Yep.
If I took 40 hours of leave and it was the bonus leave that they're giving out now,
Right.
and I end up with 280 hours of bonus, or 280 hours of leave, they're gonna charge me a second time because they're gonna take away 40 hours out of that. So we get charged twice. Shake your head up and down, please. Say yes, we want to hear it.
I'm being recorded, friend. This might be one of those questions you ask me after you stop.
No, you're not.
Yes, I know what you mean. Yes, yes.
Because
And that's why I said it's not.
yeah, you get charged twice.
Oh, so what Fred said was, he used 40 hours of annual / vacation leave throughout the year. He came to June 30th, he had 280. I roll over 40, no big deal. He uses 40 of the special bonus leave. He comes June 30th, he's got 280. He loses the rollover. So in essence, you're getting the advantage of using the special bonus leave but you're losing the valuable rollover. So it's like, which is more valuable to you? You being able to use the 40 hours of special bonus leave or being able to roll over 40 hours into your 6? And that's why I say that's more valuable than, you know, being able to use the special bonus leave. For those of you that are gonna be at that maximum level. Yes, sir.
But if, in the scenario
Yeah.
you and Fred were just talking about.
Right.
So that year that you just talked about.
Right.
You don't get a rollover because you used your bonus.
Right.
The next year.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah, you go back to normal. It's no big deal. Because now you've already used it, it's done and gone, and you'll get your rollover.
But but June, you have 280.
Right. You've lost your rollover just for that 1 year that you used it.
All right, so project forward another year.
Okay.
That's the next year, and now you've got 300 and, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
20.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you roll over?
80.
Well, then you're not really losing, aren't you?
Just that 1 year. You're just
Right, but you're getting it back the next year. No. Fred, I need a meeting with you. I'm first.
It's gone. So say you're starting, okay, we'll call it year 1. Year 1, you use the special bonus leave and you were gonna roll over 40, but now you're not. So you've lost that. Now we're going into year 2. Year 2 is like you're starting all over again. You'll just keep accruing at your same rate. And then if you have 80 hours to roll over, that's because that's how much you accrued in that year. It's really a year-to-year scenario, and once you've lost it, you've just lost it.
That's not what I wanted to hear.
I know, sorry.
You say, Carla, you
Yep. Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You get another 40
And you see,
Special bonus? I mean,
especially.
the special bonus, you mean? If they award it. I mean, we go year to year with the bonus, we never know. Like 14, I'm sorry, Priscilla.
Can we give it away?
I've got to lots of information. I have the printout. I can't remember if they said we can.
I'm thinking, and I have to double check, I'm thinking they said no on donating it.
So if someone's sick,
Right.
and like we can't give
I
a
don't
special
think it
bonus.
can, but I have to double check on
And
that.
it would not affect our roll.
Right, and I think that's
We
what
get 3 holidays and then if you need it,
So you don't think we can do that?
I'm thinking that was a no, but I'd have to double check. But I think we had a discussion already. Yeah.
What you can do.
Because even they weren't sure, because, you know, I didn't realize till this happened that some colleges roll over on December 31st, we roll over on fiscal year, and it's really more advantageous right now, because you know, but we were hoping we wouldn't have to switch, but as of right now, we don't. So, we're just going with it.
Your vacation.
Did you have any questions? I feel like you was
That was a horrible
That's
5 minutes.
all right.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
We don't get Wednesday this year.
Next week you're out of town.
Can you ask me to start recording? Okay. I'm glad you whispered it too.
So when does this actually like,
Start?
yeah.
Now. Well, technically it started July 1st. Some colleges let their employees use it then. We just never do it until the budget comes down.
I use my bonus.
Okay. So when do you roll over for
So I get my
this
seat.
year? Have you already done that?
Yeah, so this starts July 1 of 18 through June 30, 19. So
Okay.
we're in this fiscal year. I've already rolled over, so it doesn't affect anything. So now we're going from here forward. So we're projecting to 19. And the reason why I wrote XX was just to let you all know, this is a year to year to year thing. So it's kind of, if you're gonna keep that special bonus leave and you're ever thinking of using it, just make sure you project out. Am I gonna be at the 240? Do I wanna use it? Do I not wanna use it? So it'll be a year to year thing. So it's a new procedure I'll have to put in place. Any other questions? Open enrollment, do we wanna talk about that? I got a few questions. Well, I got questions from people, so I figured, since I sent out the email, and I have to group that I asked. Anybody has questions? The extra October, so Amy had a good question, just in case y'all wanna know, I haven't sent out the email yet, it'll probably be forthcoming in like a week. I didn't wanna hit you with too much at once, so state health plan starts this Saturday, so you've got 33 days to make sure, that you do whatever you need to do. Just remember, they're moving everybody, if you are on the state health plan, currently an active member on the state health plan, they are moving you to the 70-30. If you do not wanna be on the 70-30, you've gotta go do something. Also, if you're on the 70-30 or the 80-20, and you want that $60 monthly reduction, you've got to go do that tobacco attestation. So I think they're claiming, the state health plan is saying it's like somewhere between 10 and 15 clicks and you should be done. So it's supposed to be like 5 minutes. You can get on, you just can't do anything till Saturday. I just wanted to give everybody a heads up that it does start Saturday and it runs through October 31st. But Amy had a good question. So all the other benefits will be at the end of October. It'll be the week of October 22nd. And I will send out an email with all the where they'll be, but they will be in Harnett on Tuesday, Chatham on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, as always, at the Lee campus. And I'll have the assignments of where everybody's gonna be. There is a new benefit rep for Aflac. For those of you who have Aflac or want Aflac, it's gonna be a gentleman named Terry, so Leslie is retired. So. But yeah, I will send out an email on all that too.
And then our window to change is the 1st through the 31st?
No, it's September 29th through October 31st for the state health plan. So they're giving you 33 days to make the change.
And then for all other insurance?
Everything else will be the end of October.
And do we just have the week?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's always wiggle room for those of you. I know that there are times when y'all can't meet with the reps or you need other time. I'll definitely work with you if you can't meet. Because the changes will start for November in December for January. This is all making your changes for your 2019 year, which the deductions, as you all know, start a month ahead of time, so I need those by December. And in case you didn't notice, the state health plan did freeze the rates, so nothing changed on the dependent piece as well, so that was kind of nice. Be aware for those on the 80-20, the out-of-pocket did change. There used to be a separate medical and pharmacy out-of-pocket. Now it's and it's in that comparison chart I sent out. There is now a combined out-of-pocket for both, and I think it's less, so I think we're not gonna be hit as hard this year with that. But they did up the specialty, or the specialist copay on the 80-20. I know, I was kind of sad about it too. I think it'll back up to 80. I'm sorry, I can't even remember off the top of my head.
I can't, $94.
Yeah, it used to be 85, I think it's around that. Is it? Okay. Yeah.
20 this next time will be $94.
But see, I knew it went up. It used to be 85 and it went up. Yeah. I'm sorry, I can't remember. Thank you.
Is there any way to, because they keep telling me if I go in and somehow make a specialist primary or whatever, but I don't know how to
There are
do that.
certain specialists that can be your primary, but there's only a few, and I don't remember off the top of my head. I feel like Goldman doesn't have a GYN as your primary, and then I think you only pay the 10. But you have to, yeah, you can go in and look. And I haven't done it in a while, so I have to log in and look. There should be a place.
You can also ask your doctor's office, so they'll ask, can you bill as a primary? And they'll tell me yes, and then I've added it. But I've asked first.
Yeah, I mean, worth asking, because that $10, because I don't think it's as easy to find where to make your primary anymore, because they got rid of it as a wellness activity. For those of you who remember, when we had to do all the wellness activities on the 80-20, you used to have to pick a primary to get the reduction in your monthly premium, but since that went away, it's not as easy to find it. So, oh, and also be aware, you will get a new card in the mail this year. We didn't last year because they didn't change anything. Look-wise, now it's supposed to be all different. It's supposed to be easier to see the co-pays for different services, so just be aware you'll be getting another one in the mail this year. That may or may not be true. I know they've changed. I know they're trying to really push the new website and getting in and looking at stuff, so that may be the case. I have not specifically seen that. as of right now, but was it?
It was kind of confusing, but it made it sound like you were not going to get it in the mail.
Which might not, I wouldn't be surprised, they probably want you logging in and it being interactive with their website. And it does look better, and I haven't had the chance to really, most of the time I'm logging in to do all your stuff, so I never log in as myself to see what it looks like, so I apologize. I know what it looks like on our side for you all, but it's not on the individual side, so. Anything else? Walter? Sure. Back to bonus?
Yeah, no, calculating sick time, so whatever you have, like you're not using as annual, gets rolled over into sick time.
Right.
Sick time gets used to calculate your,
Service time.
service time. That calculation is 8 hours equals a day, how many days equals a month?
Okay, so here's the trick. Take your sick leave, divided by 8, because that's what you accrue at, which is 1 day, divided by 20, which is the business days typically in a month, and that will give you your months. And anything beyond a decimal point, so if it's 13.03, that's 14 months. Anything over a decimal point automatically rolls up into the next month. So yeah, sick time divided by 8, then divide by 20. That'll give you your months. Yeah.
No matter what the decimal.
Yeah, it could be like 0.01 and it'll round up to the next one. Because there's quite a few people who are very fortunate to have a lot. Fred's grinning from his ear.
Just wait.
He's biding his time.
Man. Fred, you know you could give that special bonus leave, I'll take it.
I think Fred would like to rather find a way to use it.
That's right. I'll find some way to use it and I get charged.
Anything else? Anybody?
We don't get paid for anything.
Oh, when you get ready to retire, so your annual vacation leave, you get up to 240.
It's 240.
Yes. Yes, that you'll get paid for when you retire.
Okay, I thought that there was a threshold.
And that's paid based off of your current hourly rate every time.
Yes.
Same way with bonus, not this
The old
bonus,
bonus,
but
yes.
the old
Yeah.
bonus.
Not a special bonus.
Or the bonus we got last year.
And 2014 was the last time. 2014 was the last time we got the good stuff, the good bonus, the one we can get paid for.
But that will be based on the rate and the time you retire.
Yes. So if you just a little trick, and you may or may not know this. So if you ever want to know what your hourly rate is, take your annual salary and divide by the total number of hours in a year. So full-time regular staff, your total number of hours is 2,080. And for those of you that are 9 months, the total hours is 1,560. So you would take your annual salary and divide by those hours, and that'll give you your hourly rate. And then you multiply the number of vacation hours you have up to 240, and that would be what your payout is if you were to ever leave and not go to another state agency or retire.
Does that count for if you leave and don't go to a state agency, you get your you get paid out
Yep.
your bonus,
Yep.
your annual, but you're not sick.
No. The sick will stay on your record or file for 5 years. So if you were to ever go to another state agency within 5 years of leaving here, then you could send me transfer of service form, which would include your sick, and we would transfer the service and the sick time. So yeah. That's why I always caution people. If you're not gonna come, just leave it. That's why I always caution people too, who just have like a few years that wanna cash out their retirement. I'm like, you might wanna think twice about that. You never know if you'll come back to the state service. I'm like, cause there are people that have come back through my office who've said, oh, I had part-time or full-time and I cashed it out and, but you can purchase it back.
It's expensive.
It's more expensive if you purchase back part-time service versus full-time service. So, yes. But you can use 401k money, if anybody didn't know that, to purchase back time, so.
Without a penalty.
Yes.
You need 401k money or the state?
That's a good question. I'm not sure about that. I'm gonna have to look into that. I would assume it'd be any, since our 401k seems to be like any other 401k, because the 401k is really your individual 401k, I'm just facilitating the contribution, so I would assume maybe you could use any 401k money. Right? You're welcome. I know there's been a lot of people that have. And if you had part-time service and it was expensive, or even full-time, you don't have to purchase back all of it, you can purchase back some of it. You can fill out the form and send it to the state, and the state will tell you how much it is, and then you can decide whether or not you wanna purchase back some or all of it, or not. So. Anything? I do. It's weird. I love my job. I was telling Deisha I hated public speaking. She goes, when you were a baby?
She's so sad.
I don't keep everybody, that's, anybody has anything. Whenever you shut that off, I'll. Oh, yeah.
Anyone in Cicero or in Harness have any questions? All right, good. You're, thank you.
I have, and